classes, also master classes from Monday from our Queen's birthday. So today, Professor Nada, she has this topic, communication in relationship. Why I make my slide first on this way? Because yesterday was a roses day. I adore the roses, so we women are like roses. And yesterday also was a World Book Day, so Dr. Queen Elizabeth is giving an opportunity to all youth researchers, educators to write a book, to be a co-author on this amazing Yes You Can international platform. Also giving this academy. So after this 2 weeks in the February, there will be opportunity. You can come back and you can listen all these master classes if you miss, because we have a big difference, time difference. So all cannot participate now directly and listen us. Yesterday we have great topics, great speeches today from Dr. Pratik, and also an amazing day. So please, if you missed this, please listen this. Professor Nada is coming from Croatia, working at the University of Faculty of Economics, Business, Tourism, working like a professor mentor in a high vocational school, Srednja strukovna škola Banja Josip Jelačić, a very active educator working on such a lot of projects, workshops, trainings, counseling, coaching, etc. What is giving her a strength? A strength is giving my beautiful town from where I'm coming. We are famous by this traditional game called Sinska Alka. And also we have our miracle lady. So this is giving Professor Nada a special strength. And I'm really happy and grateful to come from Croatia. Now, honestly, I'm sitting with a broken leg, but I hope that very soon I'm an optimist. So I hope that my health will be good very soon. So you see, as I write, trust yourself. You can do this. So everything today, nothing is impossible. So everything we can do if we want to do. So yes, you can. And every day, every morning when we get up, if we remember this and if we say this, yes, I can, yes, you can, that is already a big motivation. Uh, Communication. We make last year every month a big conferences, and there is no part of the relationships where we didn't make a transformation. But it is always necessary, especially when we are talking about the communication. So communication with the family, communication with the students, communication with a husband, communication with a boyfriend. So it is really important. And sometimes the big problems are always coming if we don't understand each other. And yes, the problem is also when we are interpreting some words, some sentences on the way what we think that are okay, but we didn't think on the person who is saying that, because especially today on the global level, one letter, one word can make a big problem. So we really need to be flexible. We really need to think on that. And yes, we need to know, especially in this global environment, because each one country has her culture, has her tradition. So something which is normal for Professor Nada in Croatia, it is not normal in another country, or also what is normal, like example in other country, for me is not normal. But we need to respect all the cultures, we need to learn. So if we are working on this global level, and if we want to make something, if we are sharing the knowledge, if we are visiting the country, we need to learn about the business communication, about the culture and tradition. That is why the communication is necessary. So all these transformations, all these transforms of the information. So it is important in the all relationships in communication. So if we want to meet the needs, we need to know how to communicate. So this is crucial, as I say. So there we know that we have the verbal and non-verbal communication, and also we know that we have different mimics, different movements, different things. So it is not the same when we are shaking in Croatia, as I say, or in another country. So let us learn, let us always think about this. Let us not have the problems because we didn't learn about other country. So we need to know this communication skills. So we have this category, researchers. What researchers say? Researchers almost put it in the three categories, and that are assertive, passive, and aggressive communication. But we have this in the middle, and it is called a passive aggressive communication skill. So looking from how much we are open. So are we open high? Are we open low? So what is coming from this, from the others to me? How is coming, and how is the journey of the information? So here we see we need to talk about things, and if we say assertive communication, it needs to be very clear. It needs to be expression which is respectful, appreciate. So it is coming and it is giving us a desire to meet our needs. So things like this is one of the type of communication. So we need to talk about the plan for our segment today. What time works for you? So you see, Dr. Queen, before we started this master classes, she asked each one of us when we can come, when we can join, which date will we choose. So we need to communicate all the details. So you see here, uncertain communication. So you might be right. I need to analyze more. Then we can try and check. So these are the things that we are, I can say we are here very friendly. We are here very friendly, and we know that we will achieve our aim if we communicate all the details. So that is very important. Then we have this passive communication. So I don't like people who are very passive. So you never know what they are thinking. So they're always giving this highly conflict. So things, the long fusion, walking away. So when to make this, we have a lot of this. So I put here what Sterling says. Passive communicators typically accommodate others and avoid resistance. So that is not good. So now when you say something in 1 hour, that person changes 20 times. So this is not good. Or it is not good when we don't know what the person exactly is thinking. That is the worst thing. Then we have this aggressive communication. Also, this is not good. We can't be aggressive because we never know who is sitting in front of us, who is our other person with who we are communicating. So person who have this approach might likely have low tolerance. And I don't also like this aggressive communicators because when they communicate with us, they already with their voice, with the color of the voice, with the high of the volume, uh, they already make us nervous. So this type is not good to be, and they are giving us another feeling. So what is the best for us? I can say this mix. We need to have from all these types of parts. So we are all unique. We are all special. We have our emotions. We all have our way of talking. We all have our way of thinking. So let us go from this. So I already mentioned this nonverbal communication. So from this, we know that this is the body language. So you see here how I'm moving, how I'm sitting, what I'm doing. Uh, I'm not sitting the peaceful because I said that I have a broken leg. So this position now, how I'm sitting, is good for me. But I'm talking now. I'm giving my master class. I'm giving my lecture. So I cannot I cannot do mimics. So I need to respect the audience. I need to respect the audience. Even we are not in live, but I'm thinking that we are here and that I'm looking my audience in the eyes. So it needs to be on this way. So you see this gestures, proxemics, facial expressions, then the body language, appearance, eye contact. Eye contact is, you know, like an educator, I always know did my students is telling the truth or is lying. So from the eye contact, we know when person is honest. So uh, this is part I can say of our emotional intelligence. So if we are a person who is always anxiety, depression, or something like that, then we will think that all people around us are like that. But we always need to be positive, and we need to have, as our great Dr. Queen is teaching us to the positive nuggets of wisdom. So learn this nonverbal communication need to be learned. We need to practice this, and especially when we are present, when we are making presentations, and that is good to have a feedback. So today here Professor Karudin, today Dr. Queen, and who is listening, it is always good to say, Professor Nada, maybe you didn't need to move your head, you didn't need to make that expression. You didn't need to use such a lot of your hands. So I'm showing this hand. You know, it depends about the position, how, like example, I'm sitting now, but if I'm standing on my legs, then I will show the presentations. I will show each part, and then I will use more, like example, my hands. So I don't need now to use a lot of my hands till I'm talking here. You see, again, here I put this. So body gestures, these there are sleeping. She's very excited. She adores this rose. She get this haptics note. So when you have a friend who is very sad, and this messages by different social medias and etc. So when we communicate, we can say a lot without speaking. That is what I wanted to say, and this is the thing. So also, again, uh, let us not be always 100% sure that we understand somebody, because there are people when they are nervous, when they are very nervous, they are making different gestures, different mimics, different face expressions. So maybe we will not understand the person on the real way. Here I put here an example. When we say I love you to your partner in a flat. So if I say that with a bored tone of my voice, my partner will say, "Ha, you say that nada because you say that," and using this word, they have a big hate, and also it is very important on which way and which context we are using this. Professor Pratik, today, and our great doctors also today talk about relationships between the couples, between woman and girl, boyfriend, girlfriend, and you see here, this is very important. I will repeat. So how we are listening something, what we are believing, and uh, saying I love you to your partner with a board tour is one message. And when you say my love, I adore you, la la la, so that is again different. So we really need to practice all the things. And this morning my niece get up, and today she's going to one she's traveling, and then she say, my aunt, everybody needs to say some comments. Everybody's giving a comment. But I say, you now, the way how you are talking with us, it is not kindly. So then she again didn't agree with me. So listening, communicating. We need to practice this because we are not, I will always say, we are learning whole life. So this is very important. Listening and the way how we will communicate. So if the partner, so how our partner is talking and are we a good listener? So maybe I can say maybe we don't hear. So if we don't hear each word, so it can be a problem. So always keep comfortable for this, for the convex face. You see here, I put this. Don't sit on the other side. Face the other person. Avoid distracting gestures. Then have an open, fairly communication. When we are on the meeting, like now, my mobile is muted. So mute your telephone, mute your mobile, don't interrupt others when they are talking. There are such a lot of barriers that you need to think on this. Uh, I say like this, I feel this, what I need is take aware about your tone and again try to get a feedback. So these things are bringing and getting us to. We have a good communication, we can have this good or we can have this poor communication in the relationships. So we need to learn all these habits. So pay like example when Professor Nada is now speaking and all are listening me. And nobody didn't interrupt me till I'm speaking. So this is really a good habit. So nobody didn't interrupt me. Then listen to understand, then listen to respond. So all are listening and not acting in the passive aggressive way. So because today here on this stage, on this platform, we have women and we have the men. So gender equality. So there is nobody, there our men's and women, they are not aggressive. We don't have nobody who is acting on the aggressive way. So let us learn to understand. Let us think on our partner. Let us ask the question. So after every lecture and every master class, we are asking and answering the questions. So not repeating the same subject. So talking with the name. So things, understanding when the partner have different perspective, different opinions. You know, what is great. So it is not good that your partner is the same like you. So it would be very boring. So then you so the differences are always attractive. So things that we want to understand our partner and his perspective, his opinions, that is very important. So we don't need to make the threats and we don't need to raise the voice. So never raise the voice. How to improve the communication in relationships. We say open and clear communication. So if we have some things that are not clear to us, we need to make them clear. So because it's after that it's very hard to talk. So uh, improving communication. So I say we need to learn how to present things, how to communicate, how to act. So this is important. So sharing things, sharing experience, sharing interests. So every time when I'm on these meetings, when I'm at these master classes, we always need to learn something new. And exactly we are learning each 1 second. Here the things is like sharing intimacy. Nobody in that relationship don't like that when who likes to share the intimacy, so the sexual connection, so this when somebody is feeling close. So these are not things that we need to talk with others. So we need to talk with our partner. So it can be very easy to bring it to our partner. So finding these things, finding the issues, finding these things. So you see what is today. We last year we talk about the money, the financial problems. You know what is the most biggest problem and what is the destroyer of the relationships? What is the destroyer of communications? Unfortunately, this is the situation with the finances, with the money. So we need to have a goal together. We need to parent this. We need to feel close. We need to work on this. So first thing, if we want to improve our communication and if we want to talk with our partners, with our kids, with our students, with our parents, relatives, everybody, we need to start by asking the question. So, what things cause conflict? So, conflict is always a problem because conflict is very easy to it is very easy that to make this conflict situation. So, what things cause conflict between you and your partner? Then, are they because you are not listening to each other? This can be a big problem because really, if we don't listen each other, then the conflict is here. What thing brings your happiness and feelings of connection? Why are we connected? Why we have this feeling? So, this is very uh, this is uh, this is when we ask ourselves this question. So uh, I think that sometimes Professor Nada needs day by days to answer on this question. What things bring your happiness and feelings of connection? Then what things can cause your disappointment and pain? Sometimes one message, one wrong email, some things, brings a disappointed or a pain. And that is really funny. That are ridiculous things, but you see how today we all are. I can say we are. I cannot say that Professor Nada is a stressful person, but it depends from who is coming that, and if it is something from a person for who you love, who you respect, who is for you, I can say the most important person on this world, then conflict comes for a little thing. So we need to know how to control ourselves. That is very important, controlling ourselves and not thinking that we are always the person who is right. We are not always the person who is right. Then what things don't you talk about and what stops you talking about them? Sometimes the relationships uh, is you sometimes sometimes you miss a lot of things, and then when you come to the problem, you are not awareness of that problem. You are thinking, oh my God, how we come to this situation. So this is important. Talk good things, bad things, problems, everything. So everything needs to be solved in the relationships if we want to have a good communication. So how would you like your communication with your partner to be different? So we need to, if we want our communication to be different with our partner, we need to tell our partner what things don't we like, what things we think that he need to change. So uh, I said some things that maybe they are not important, but for us, we are unique, we are special, we are different. Some things for us are very important, so we need to negotiate about the things. We need to argue. We need to solve all this. So always, if we want to improve our communication, we need to talk and we need to start by asking the questions. When we get this answer, and if we know, this is great if we know what is the problem, what causes the conflict. But what about the things when we don't know, when we cannot answer on the question? Then we are really in a big problem. So, communication is important in relationships. We need to talk openly and to be good listeners. If we want to talk, we need to listen. Then we need to, if we are not good, and we need to learn. We need to learn to communicate more effectively. So, things is sharing always the positive feeling, sharing the positive things. So not waiting the situation to be worse. We need to make this. So be clear always about what you want to communicate. Make your message clear. So because maybe I can hear something because sometimes I'm listening, I'm hearing the things on the way I want to hear, but they are not say on that way. So don't think on that way. Talk about what is happening, what is affecting them, and use the statement. So you see here what you want, what you need, and what you feel. So if you are clear in this thing, be sure that you will not have the problems in the communication. So, what I want, need, and feel. And this statement also, I need, I want, I feel. So, I need, I want, I feel. And that are things that you need to. You need to change this with your partner, with your students, with your kids, with in each one relationship. What is the importance of the communication? So we all want a good communication. So important part of all relationships is this healthy partnerships. We don't want the conflict. We want a good, stronger, we want this partnership with this. So communicating very clearly in a relationship. Professor Nada say we need to avoid misunderstandings because these misunderstandings can cause to us a hurt. We can be anger. We will be in the conflict. So we will be confused. Never go to the bed till you don't make each one situation solved. So, no matter how well you know and love each other, you cannot read your partner's mind. Who can read my mind? Sometimes we have this intuition because being with a person a long time, we know each other, but we never can read the partner's mind. Sometimes we really guess that. I guess the things, what are happening, I guess that, but sometimes if we want to have not misunderstanding, if we want to have a good communication and a great relationship, we need to make the things very clearly. So I put here this. It takes two people to have a relationship, and each person has to have these needs and styles. Couples need to find a way of communicating. So we all want this healthy relationship. We will never be perfect. So communication, as we are not perfect, our communication is not perfect, but we will give our effort. Giving our effort is important because if we don't give the effort, and if our partner, if our thing did not give this effort, we cannot expect good things. So when you talk to your partner, try to set aside times to talk without interruption. Think about what you want to say. Be clear about what you want to communicate. Make your message clear. So, talk about what is happening and what is affecting you. Then again, Professor Nada is repeating because I always repeat things. What I want, what I need, and what I feel. So listen to that. Answer on these statements. Share positive feelings. Think on your tone of voice. Think about this. So you see these expressions. I think we all want to be always with this beautiful smile, but we cannot have always this smile, but we can try to have this smile. So what say the most beautiful woman is the woman with the smile. So it is also for a man, but as we are women and we are more gentle than the men, we are more sensitive, we have different feelings. So this is some things when we have a smile, be sure that we will have also a good communication. So that's first, this first expression is we are going to fight, but let us not fight. Let us live in the peace. So some things are difficult to communicate. So there are always things that we cannot communicate. So if we talk about things, there are things that are hurting us the most. So maybe we especially I say different tradition, different culture, especially if we are communicating with persons from different with the different traditions. So we need time till we understand these things. So when we understand, it will stop hurting us. It will not be painful. We will be more comfortable. We will learn that. So. Uh, this is things when we are expressing things that we want to have, we have different emotions, so these things are difficult to communicate. Managing conflict with communication, how can we manage this? Never judge nobody. Discuss what happened. So don't bring don't bring the conclusions immediately. Think, analyze. So, when we want in education, when we are talking about the outcomes, first we want to understand, and sometimes we want to remember, then we want to analyze, and so implementing a solution at the end. So think on this. Don't jump. So this is important. Find the facts. Make this, avoid this silent treatment. So, in this relationships, we have this silent treatment, also called ghosting. This is the worst thing that the partners can make, this silent treatment. So it is very painful, but different sides the sides are thinking on different ways. So the person who makes this silent treatment makes thinks that he makes something good, but he also is not feeling good. So silent treatment, we need to avoid this silent treatment, because uh, then the problem it will need more time, or maybe the persons will never be together again, because they didn't communicate each other. So this is not good. So but we need to also say there are so narcissists, and not only men. We have so many women narcissists, and for the narcissists in the relationships, never nothing is good for a person who is narcissist. So when you are in a relationship, uh, the thing you first need to know, and you need to uh, if the person is a narcissist, you really uh, need to go. There's no communication, and you need to go, and you need to move from that kind of person, because that person will only hurt you. So uh, when you're talking with, like example, I have a niece, and with the friends, and about the relationship, there's such a lot of narcissist people around us, who are only thinking on themselves, their self. They are feeding on that way. So if you recognize that kind of person, you will never you cannot help that person, really cannot. You are not somebody who can help, because no medical no medical treatments can help that person. So try to avoid and try to move from that person, for good, to manage the communication, to have a good relationship. Understanding. Try to learn to understand each other, not to defeat each other. We know what is happening nowadays, how the marriages now are very short. Even the couple get to have kids. There are a lot of divorces, because today, nobody don't want to. We are living all very fast, very stressful with all this type of living today is not good. So very fast. So that is, and also I come again to the money. And if we don't have money, this already we have the problems. Consecrate, we need to know the major problem, then we can solve that. Use always future and present tense, not the past tense. Don't talk about the past, think about today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow are important, so feelings, thinkings about this and giving different opinions. How to seek help for communication issues. So, if you cannot solve that, try. There are such a lot of counselors, there are such a lot of psychologists, there are such a lot of people who can help you. So, if you cannot, you try to don't don't hesitate to ask for the help. So, I put here this. Um, we have today this famous Chat GPT, and so many people are also using this. So you are using it for the business. Students are using for essays. Students are using for solving the task. But there are some people who are using artificial intelligence and ChatGPT for asking the question. And yes, I really witnessed one situation with my cousin. So she was asking for the help. She was trying to solve her life problem, and also she asked the Chat GPT. So the answer of the Chat GPT was really similar, like the answer of the psychologist, which she was going where she pay the treatments a lot. So here we have this help communication. We can communicate with our friends, with our relatives. And you see, we have this famous ChatGPT that we can also ask. Professor Nada can talk till tomorrow, but we will stop here. Thank you for your attention. Please always think about the way how you are communicating in any relationship. Don't bring very fast conclusions, because that things can maybe if you bring something very fast tomorrow, you can cry because you didn't think on the consequences. Thank you for your attention.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, you've really prepared. That is why you have that challenges yesterday, because something somewhere is trying to stop you not to
Yes.
deliver this important information, especially on communication in relationship, which is so crucial. It's so important. And I'm glad that you were able to deliver it, present it, share with us your wealth of knowledge. And Professor Nada is a professor of research. She is also the president of Research Center of International Intensive University. She is also the assistant professor at university at Croatia. So that is why we are blessed. We are so privileged to have her today and deliver this wealth of wisdom and knowledge. She is also my friend and also the YYCI, or YYCI International Croatia president. So thank you so much for joining us today, sharing this. Okay, any questions from our wonderful sisters and brothers that has been listening for the past 60 minutes of Professor Nada's
How much
lecture
I talk?
today.
60 minutes. I thought.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. So any question quickly, quickly, because I think Professor Mercy is ready for us. And we are ready.
Listen, Dr. Queen, they can also send us questions.
Questions. Okay, you can
Yes,
type your questions on the
yes,
chat box
yes,
or send it to yyci.academic@gmail.com,
yes.
and Professor Nada will be able to answer all your questions. And also, do you believe or do you agree with me that before we round up this transforming relationship masterclass of February, do you agree with me to bring back Professor Nada? It could be this week, it could be next week, it could be week after, but do you agree with me that I should bring her back? Okay, all right. I can
Yes.
see people nodding their head. All right. So we will see, we will arrange for another day for her to come back and also to talk about something that is very important, and that is finance
Yes.
in
Okay. Okay.
relationship. Oh, she agree. Oh, that's good.
Yes.
We've got the confirmation already. That's fine. Good. So she'll be coming back. We will arrange the time within this period, because we've talked about emotions, we've talked about communication, we've talked about other things. Now we need to also know, because you can agree with me that finance or
Yes.
money, whatever we can call it, or budgeting or managing the resources that is available to us in our relationship, even at workplace or any other placing, is very, very important. So she will be coming. She is very good in that area as well. So she will be coming anytime. It will be this week or next week or week after, to come and share that one with us. Now we want to conclude. Since you can write, is there any moment, is there any time or moment that silence is needed in relationship? Do you want to quickly answer that before we go?
Yes, it is necessary sometimes the silence, but not silence when we it can be when we, like example, if we are making, if we want to bring a very important decision, like buying car, buying something. So silence on that way, but silence if we don't communicate things, it is not good. Even if we are talking about stop person are stop loving each other, or we don't have I think money, or if we have problem with the children or some any problem, uh, it cannot be long. A very short silence, very shortly.
Thank you so much for answering that question, brief and very clear. I believe that Ambassador Christian, do you get? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Right, let's move on quickly. As usual.